Hello friends, near and far, dear to my heart, I'm Victoria with Aligned Soul Tarot. Welcome to this tarot series where we'll be exploring the wisdom of the North and South nodes in your natal chart. In this reading, we're going to dive deep into the Libra North node, Aries South node. We'll discuss this axis, what it means, and supportive messages, some oracle and tarot messages as well. So stay tuned for that. This reading may also resonate for any Aries or Libra placements in your birth chart. Also, check out the Aries North Node, Libra South Node, folks, because you guys go hand in hand. There's a lot to learn from both of these readings. I will provide that link below. Take what resonates and leave what does not. Right now, we have this Aries North Node currently, right? And we're having this upcoming eclipse. So these two axes are highlighted predominantly amongst the collective. If you are unfamiliar with these natal placements and any natal placements within your chart, just know that I offer a plethora of different style tarot readings and birth chart readings. With each of my birth chart readings, you get a full 2-question tarot spread as well. So check out those links below. You can find all supportive content, my email, and all that good stuff, okay? And join me on Patreon. I'm going to be doing a pick-a-pile reading right before the September 17th lunar eclipse in Pisces, and also some post-eclipse and eclipse readings for October. And leading up to the new year, we're going to be feeling into more retrograde energy, preparing us for the new year, right? What are we going to be learning from these eclipses? And again, during eclipses, these nodal points in your chart are being activated. So it's so important for you to get really familiar with these points in your chart, okay? These are cosmic points. They're not planets, and they unlock certain karmic patterns, okay? This can talk about past lives even, right? The South Node represents the past, the first 7 years of our life, what we're familiar with. It talks about our parents, the families that we're born into, whether we like it or not. And the North Node represents our guiding system. It's what we're evolving into, what we're healing through, the patterns that we're healing. So stay tuned on my YouTube channel. You can hit that like button below, hit the notification bell to stay up to date with my monthly readings for September. I'm going to be doing those readings this coming week, so stay tuned for your placements. With this North Node in Libra, your life's purpose is to create balance, harmony, cooperation, justice, right? Think of the Justice card, the major arcana. But you're also really called to rethink traditional partnerships, okay? Whether that means exploring non-traditional dynamics like polygamy, non-binary identities, just breaking down the conventional ideas around traditions, around marriage in general is what I find with this Libra North Node, okay? Different age groups experience this in unique ways, okay? So those in their 20s with the Libra North Node often have Chiron in Libra and Pluto in Sagittarius, while those in their 40s tend to have Chiron in Aries and Pluto in Libra. So it can really flavor the way that this is presented. So it's really important to look at your natal aspects and get a birth chart reading, okay? And I offer those if you want to get more familiar with where you're at with this axis, because it might look a bit different. For those that were in their early 20s, during the pandemic, just think about this isolation that's found with the Aries. They're the independent free thinkers, is the first of the zodiac. So it's not necessarily a struggle for you to be alone, but on the contrary, it's almost easy for you. You've normalized loneliness, especially if you were born and living through your 20s during the pandemic. It's like survival, right? It's a skill rooted in the belief that isolation is inevitable. And the Aries South Node teaches self-reliance and also reinforces feelings of alienation and loss, fighting off those emotions that may make you feel trapped or stuck or confined amongst relationships as well. You may avoid relationships, jobs, or even joy out of the fear of losing them. This can be speaking upon mentors or family members as well. It's not just all about you. Again, the South Node talks about past, the first 7 years of our lives. So this could have been a father or a mother or a mentor, a parental role model of yours that had these kinds of Aries qualities, okay? And this is what made you feel safe. It's usually showcased in the first 7 years of our life, which lay the foundation for our attachment styles, our love language. So this is general, right? I'm speaking upon general qualities that you or the ones around you may have kind of forced or coerced you into, okay? This idea that you have to fight, that you have to be independent, that you have to kind of go it alone, right? And so this North Node in Libra really is challenging you to step into partnerships, even if it looks different than the normal traditional way. There's a lot of navigating the fear of acceptance and rejection, despite projecting confidence out, right? The South Node in Aries, you often internalize rejection, seeing it as a reflection of your own self-worth. It's really important to accept love and connection. And that can feel really risky for this South Node in Aries. But the romanticism of Libra North Node isn't just about pain and the loneliness. It's also about the deep love you have for friends and healing that comes from nurturing those connections. That's what this Aries North Node's about, whether it looks different or not from the traditional way. Your journey is about learning to trust yourself, realizing that loneliness is not a permanent state, but a signal for growth and connection. Healing comes when you understand that loneliness reveals your true needs and that you're worthy of protection and love and belonging. You don't have to go it alone, right? This is when we find our people. This is when we break traditional norms. So let's get into your reading. Hello, my Libra North Node viewers and any cross watchers, of course. Share it away if you know someone with these placements. In the description box below, I do provide some dates for those that would be born with this natal placement. So if you know anyone, or you just so happen to click on the reading, share it, right? Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay up to date with my monthly free general and love readings. I'm going to be diving deep into those September readings this week. So hit that bell to stay up to date. And again, check out that Aries North Node, Libra South Node. There's so much information there for you to unpack. Again, we are experiencing this axis right now, and both of these axes are so prevalent. And I can't say it more, that this one specifically is really about, especially for those that are potentially just going into their first Saturn return. Again, this North Node flavor in your chart isn't really highlighted or accented or known to the conscious mind as much until after your first Saturn return. So again, like I said, those that were in their early 20s during the pandemic really felt the impacts of this, right? And it's a major catalyst for you to break out of this kind of trauma response, especially given how we were all feeling this on such a global, impactful way. So it almost reinforced this Aries South Node in you that you got to go it alone. And, there's a lot of strength found here to be able to go it alone. Again, the interdependence within relationships and really breaking the traditional norms of what relationships look like. But inherently, we all have this deep desire to belong. All of the signs, okay? And especially your Libra North Node. This is all about relations, partnership, not just intimate ones. And this is about forgiveness, true forgiveness, and equality for all, right? Libra North Node is about equality. Again, this is karmic justice. This can talk about literally a justice for the collective, right? Finding fairness and balance within all sorts of social perimeters, okay? So this can look very different. It doesn't have to just be romantic, okay? So whatever way it resonates for you, you have a calling or a deep desire to kind of break away from limitations around traditional ways. I think of the Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant in the Major Arcana talks about our culture, religious upbringing, spiritual beliefs that were kind of imprinted upon us at a young age. And not to say that those were good or bad, right? For each of you, you might resonate with them or you might not. But there's something unique about this axis that is asking you to take a look at the way that you handle relations, right? And it can be, again, on a collective level or a very personal level. right? Mentoring, many people are just mentoring yourselves within your intermediate family or within your one-on-one connections, or however you decide to be in relationship to others, okay? Because that's really the flavor of this, is you get to choose with that Aries South Node, right? You do have that power to choose, but you also have to find that way, that balance to bring it into harmony, okay? So let's get into your reading. All right, let's pull from the Creative Oracle here to start off your reading. I just got this beautiful deck. It's just images and it has some messages on the bottom. It's beautiful. All right. Thank you for joining me here. I hope that you enjoy this series. Check out the other nodal axes. If you know someone that has one of those specific dates, you can share it away. It's very supportive during eclipse months. That's why I kind of did this one first, this series first, before I jumped into the September readings, because I wanted to make sure that everyone got this information, I should say, before the eclipse. Okay. Libra North Node. I have an Aries North Node, so I'm on the opposite end of you, so I can relate. I can definitely relate to this, you know, in a lot of ways. It's all about partnership for both of them. It just might be flavored a bit differently, right? So I'm embracing that Aries North Node currently that we are in right now, again. Okay. And Libra North Node. Aries South Node, what do they need to know? Please show me the truth, ancestors, guides, allies. There it is. Wow, I love this card. The nurturer. Look at this woman nurturing her child. You know, Aries is very Mars, is very masculine. So whether you're male or female, just know that you inherently have both. You know, sometimes we forget this. And again, that's maybe something that you are pressing or pushing on or being asked to advise people about. Again, breaking out of these like binary male, female kind of identities. And everyone has their own beliefs. I'm not here to shame anyone, and I'm not going to input my 2 cents, but I do believe that we inherently have both masculine and feminine energies. You don't have to believe me if you don't want to, but that's what I feel. And so whether you're male or female, there is a very maternal side to you as well. The feminine side. Think of just genetics in general, okay? You get both chromosomes, so science. Anyway, back to the subject of just this kind of duality, right? We don't have to be one or the other, but this is calling upon this very feminine energy, nurture, okay? It says for self-care, try loving and nurturing yourself as you would child or a pet. And again, you don't have to be a feminine or embrace your feminine to nurture yourself. And this is something that maybe you've struggled with. Maybe you were very tomboyish if you were a female, or maybe you were a boy, an adolescent boy who was very soft and receptive and, you know, came off as more sensitive. But men can cry too, is what I want to say. And like maybe that was really hard for you. For some of you, again, you could have had an Aries father or mother, or a Libra father or mother, or just a mentor in general. And there could have been some friction around those 2 signs, because this axis in your chart, you might not have any Aries or Libra in your chart. Maybe you do. It'd be good to see if you do, especially if you have 1st and 7th house influence. Your ascendant sign as well is going to play a huge role with this Aries North Node and South Node and how that looks. And like I said earlier, depending on your age, and if you've experienced your first Saturn return, this can also highlight the way you look at traditional values and relationships, right? This is an evolutionary process, and it's a general reading again. So there is a lot around identity and learning how to be a part of the whole without losing ourselves, and making sure that we are tending and nurturing to what we need and what we desire within or without partnership, okay? It's a huge message here, and it takes reflection. You know, reflecting, looking at the stumbling blocks in your life, going deeper. Look at this beautiful cards. Looking beyond, again, the normal binary masculine, feminine, you know, I have to be this way or it has to look this way. No, it does not. No, it does not, okay? You have to be able to create a new way of looking at relating. Breaking out of conditioning is huge for the Libra North Node. It's all about 7th house. And again, it's not just intimate partnership. This is all. 7th house is all encompassing. It's how we relate. And as humans, we got to do a lot of that. Some of you might want to hide under a rock and never come out. But guess what? If you want to at least have I guess, to live a normal, whatever normal life looks like, you kind of have to find your people. You know, finding your people is huge for this axis. Change. Oh, look at that. Going deeper, change, reflecting, nurturing. Yeah, embracing change around love. Look at love's in reverse there. Yeah. Again, ideas of love. What I'm getting also here is going deeper, like their happiness is there. I'm getting the message that past relationships, again, any Aries North Node, Libra North Node, you know, both axes, it's really crucial for you to learn through relations, like all of us, but these two axes really, really highlight relationships. And most of you can probably relate to the idea that, you know, relationships were a bit karmic, or, you know, just had a lot of pressure amongst family and dynamics. Maybe you felt like an outcast, especially the South Node in Aries, you know. And there's a change here around that. There's a desire to change. There's a desire to not be such a fighter all the time and, like, again, bulldozing through life and through hardships alone. You know, that makes you so strong, and it's so resilient with this Aries South Node. But you don't have to go it alone. You don't. And there's a change to this here, and it's going to bring you a lot of happiness. Accepting love, receiving love. Even I'm getting the message of, like, taking a compliment, right? But yeah, there's a lot around this masculine feminine dynamic, because Aries is Mars, Libra is Venus. Venus and Mars collide, right? This is everything around gender, identity, finding yourself amongst the polarities of life, and learning how to relate to all walks of life too. That can be challenging for Aries in general. You know, Aries South Node, again, when they're I am, they're like, this is me. And it's beautiful. Again, I'm trying to learn how to embrace that more. And it's a beautiful, beautiful process. I'm 37 years old, and I'm just learning, like, really how to truly embrace that. It hasn't come easy for me, you know, but on this opposite end, you know, it probably came too easy for you. And now you're learning how to accept love in, and it can be very challenging. And again, it's stepping out of your comfort zone. It's change. There's a change in the wind here. And you'll be surprised. Yeah, look at that, 2 10s. So much, wow, profound change around the past. You have the Death in reverse. We have the Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Swords, and 10 of Wands. 10s are about an ending. So my collective here, that's whenever you find this, just know it's meant to find you. There's profound change happening. You're at 2 10s here. You're releasing some heavy burdens. You're going deeper. You're being advised to go deeper and accept change. And again, receiving, the act of receiving can be very hard for you. Receiving love, look at that with the Devil. We got the Devil with the Ace of Cups in reverse with the Temperance, Sag, Capricorn. It's important with any of these North and South Node readings that you're paying attention to your Saturn return. I cannot highlight that enough. If you don't know when that's coming up, again, your first Saturn returns around 28 years of age to 30, and your second is usually 58 to 60 years old, okay? And again, natal birth chart readings can really help you dive deep into your relationship, not only to your North and South Node, but also with your Saturn placements and Chiron. Chiron is in Aries as well. So we're healing this South Node as a collective right now. So this is even more prevalent for you. Be really feeling it. Yes. So much healing. There's Chiron. That's my Chiron card. This is the North Node card as well. You see that light, the star, the guiding system, the true north, right? There could be a lot of family members that just have very opposing beliefs around gender relationships. Like, you got to get married, you got to have kids, you got to do this, and you're just like, enough. Walking away from other people's beliefs, and you're healing a lot of this, the ideas around conforming. And it doesn't mean, again, that you don't need to be in a relationship. I'm not telling you that a Libra North Node needs to be in a relationship. No, it's just about empathy, right? This is about speaking up for those that feel lost or alone, right? Maybe ones that have shared this same kind of isolation, you know, and gone through this kind of identity crisis around the masculine, feminine, and gender roles in general, right? Can look different for all of you, but there's profound change and healing with the star here. This is Aquarius. Yeah, getting out of some limiting self-beliefs, self-doubt, anxiety, worry, fears. You know, this person could easily free themselves here if they chose to just take the blindfold off, and those bounds around them are not on tight. And these 8 swords are also not circling them. They could easily step out of this, and you are here. This is all about getting out of your own way. So much healing. Again, Chiron in Aries is really helping you to boost and heal this South Node in your charts, and really kind of see relationships a bit differently. Healing relationships from your past, and also moving forward into this change. Yeah, and finding a direction, a guiding system. Chariot, Cancer energy. You have 2 major arcanas here, which are all about massive change. Let's pull a closing message here for you, the Moonology. What do we have for Libra North Node? Thank you again for your support, your likes, your comments, your subscribes really help to keep this channel growing. Let's see what we have for you, a Libra North Node. The shakers and the shifters. Communication is key. Yeah, I keep getting the message of you. Show the world the real you. Wow. Aquarius again. Strong Aquarius, Gemini, and Cancer here. You could have those placements in your chart. Or these could be, again, people in your life that are helping you, guiding you. There's a guiding system here with the Chariot and the Star. There's movement, there's change. But like I said, you could be helping others communicate, right? It's all about, again, justice, fairness, equality, the humanitarian. Libras strive for balance and harmony amongst all, right? All walks of life. This idea of fairness. I actually did a private reading on this, and you know, sadly, life is not fair, right? There's horrible things that happen to good people. You know, living on this planet, we are seeing that very clearly. So I feel like with this Aries South Node, you were born to fight, but fighting the good fight, right? Fighting for a cause is really what I want to title this. I might actually title your reading this. Fighting the good fight. Fighting for a cause. I'm going to write that down. Fighting for a cause. That's going to be a part of your title in some way. Yeah, it's like, you know, with the Aries North Node, it's all about knowing when to pick your battles, because another thing with the Libra South Node, for instance, is about, you know, always having to prove yourself, right? Always trying to explain and overly communicating because of the need for balance. And that becomes codependent, right? When we're trying to bargain our way through relationships. So the Aries North Node, on the other hand, is trying to learn how to free themselves from that. And sometimes we just got to drop it. We don't have to fight. There's no need to quarrel and to prove our points. We just have to walk away. Whereas the Libra North Node is learning how to pick their fights, when to choose them, and knowing when to step in, when to communicate, and when to also help others have a voice and find themselves and show the world the real version of themselves, not the one that was placed upon them from societal norms or expectations. Really, truly feeling that they can authentically be themselves and be free from the chains, free from the swords and the binds and the, you know, the restrictions and limitations. There's such profound healing when you can really use that voice, use that Aries South Node to your advantage, right? And fight the good fight. I wish you all the best, and stay tuned for my September monthly readings. Love and general. Bye for now.